And now, from Canada, I'd like to welcome Harkonen, who founded Vettä Nordic Spa. Which is a Nordic day spa in Ontario. And Eric is going to share his insight and expertise in how to create a little piece of Finland in Canada with an authentic Finnish sauna experience in North America. Over to you, Eric. Thank you.
Everybody okay? So Eric Harkonen, the president and founder of Vettä Nordic Spa. So we're a little piece of Finland in Canada. We're actually located in Oro-Medonte, Ontario, Canada. We have a few Canadians out here. Raise your hand, please. Canadians around here. Are you Edmonton Oilers hockey fans? I hope. Yes. Back in the day, many years ago, I remember watching Yadi Cody and as a Deacon and Wayne Gretzky, of course. But nowadays, it's a little different, but it's pretty exciting to watch that. So yeah, Vetta got started here. And just a little bit of my background. I was born in Canada, first generation Canadian. My parents immigrated from Finland to Canada in the late 1950s. A lot of Finns actually immigrated back in those days. I think it's working the other way around right now, though. So instead of me trying to explain what Vetta is all about, I thought I'd play just a 1-minute video. I think it's a little easier than listening to me talk about saunas and steam rooms and stuff like that. Do you want to play the video, please? So that's a little video of that was created about a year and a half ago. This is a picture right here of my backyard sauna. We're all proud of our own individual saunas. Mine's no different here in Barrie, Ontario. Actually, to the right, you can barely see it on the pool, relaxation area there, and the fire pit. And that's my own little kind of spa in the backyard that we all Finns have. A very important part of Finnish life, as we all know. And how Vetta got started was in the sauna. And I think all good ideas come in the sauna or in it or drink in your hand as well. And this is no different with Vetta. And we have friends and family visiting, coming to our backyard. And I remember one friend saying to me back in 2017, he said, you know, Eric, I have such a great time in your backyard. We have a sauna, and then we go for a cold plunge. I don't actually heat my water, I actually heat the people up first, so that's a little way to save money as well and sustainability. But we have the fire pit, the relaxation area there too. He said to me, you know, we have such a great time and we just relax and we have just some good laughs. And you know, I sleep really well at night and I just really enjoy your backyard. And by the way, hey, we have this other spa that's close by, you should go check it out. And I said, really? What? I'm in the mining industry at this time, right? And so I had to go see this other Nordic spa. And I went there and I was blown away. First off, it was a 3-hour wait to get in. I was determined to get in. I had to get into this place. And I went in there and they had a Finnish sauna. They had that new Finnish sauna in there. And I went in there and I said, okay, this is okay. There's 40 people in that sauna, all looking at each other. You couldn't talk in this spa. And they had no loaded, no water on the rocks. And I said, oh my God, this is not a Finnish sauna. We got to make a difference. So joking aside, I went on a little bit of journey, and I thought the goal was to create a little piece of Finland in Oro-Medonte, or nearby to this place. That's why I thought it was important. It's important to do an authentic sauna, just like Jasper just said. So fast forward 5 years later, and Vetta did get built, and I'm proud to say that we've had 200,000 visitors in that time, 58,000 followers on Instagram, and we have over 120 staff. So just to give you a little bit of sense, 5 years ago, that's where it started. Now that sounds all glamorous, beautiful story, right? Well, it wasn't that way at all. Just to give you a little bit of a sense of what the story was, this is construction. And we started in October 2019. Everyone knows what happened in 2020, right? Yeah, we all know. I have a really good COVID story, we all do, right? My COVID story was trying to build a Nordic spa in COVID. We got shut down, supply chain issues, you name it. It was numerous people issues. It was quite a journey. The top right-hand corner, this gentleman by the name of Tommy Alatillo, he's a Finn. He actually came to Barrie, Ontario, built a beautiful condominium, and he built it through COVID as well, Lake House. If you ever come to Ontario, Canada, you gotta come visit. Go to Barrie, Ontario, check out what he's done as well. So he's a very dear friend. He came from Finland to Canada, similar to my parents did in the late 1950s. So here's a couple of pictures. I'll show you some more here. Bottom left-hand corner with all the foundations going up. It's a little bit of a picture of the building. And then the bottom right-hand corner, obviously it's not a construction picture. That is a picture of what our rendering was this is what Vetta was supposed to look like. That was that picture there. We said, okay, Vetta's gonna look like that, right? Okay. And that's what it actually turned into be. So I'm really proud to say that we actually built what we said we were going to do, even with all the challenges that we did face. We built what we said we were going to do. And look at that picture. The curved wall, it's like a Nordic ship, that main building. It is quite an outstanding feature. The people that know have been to this facility have seen it. And I really, I can't thank enough the people that I had around me. And two individuals named Ian and Carol Malcolm, a company called ISM Architects. They're actually trained in the University of Helsinki. And they started this journey with me as well. So they helped with the design. So I call it a world-class design. There's been on many architecture magazines as well. We have, I call it world-class, but it's actually called Finnish class saunas with wood from Ciparella, sauna heaters with the Nodvi Sudenkuis sauna heaters from Finland. The rocks even from Finland. I mean, I guess we don't have rocks in Canada, but to get the rocks from Finland, they come manufactured. And for me, trying to get rocks in Canada is a little more difficult. I have to go on the side of the highway with a pickaxe, and people think I'm prospecting or something like that. But really going for sauna rocks is a different story. Even the ladle, you can't find the ladles large enough. Even on Amazon, you can't find ladles. So I had a friend of mine bring ladles in his luggage from Finland. It's cheaper to come in a suitcase. So I've got very large ladles. Ciparella is here. We have anyone from you are okay. Ciparella. We are the flagship for Ciparella in Canada, I would say. Yeah, thumbs up. All the interior and exterior wood came from Ciparella. I think we had over 12 pallets of wood that got delivered. So what do? We actually promote the Finnish culture at Vetta. We have sauna rituals. I hold them every Sunday at 6 o'clock. And how we do it, it's one customer at a time. Is really that how it has to happen, right? We have a mindful meditation, sound bowls. They know the month of June in Finland is a really special month. Juhannus. We have Juhannus events going on. Well, last year, again, this year we have Juhannus events happening. And I have to start by training our staff as well. We have 2 Finns. My wife is here. She's a Finn as well. She's not born in Finland, but she might as well be a Finn. So we train people on how to say sauna, not sauna, sauna, lulu, kiitos as well. So we teach people one person at a time with our staff and then as well as with our guests. With 200,000 guests, you can imagine it's a lot of touch points that we have, but that's how we do it. This is just one of our saunas called Sisu. It's a good name for it, of course. It's one of the largest wood burning. The Sudenkuis is in here. It's a beautiful sauna. You can see the Ciparella wood on the outside of it. And that's one of our pools. It's called Metsa. Everyone knows what Metsa means. It's forest, right? One of our electric saunas there on the right-hand side is called Kirkko, which looks like a church because it's peaked roof. So. And of course, you can't have a Finnish-inspired Nordic spa without the Finnish cuisine. I think the people in this room would all know what these scenes are. The makkara on the top left-hand corner, the bottom left-hand corner, kalan and birakas. We've had a Finnish delegations actually come to Vetta and they say these birakas are better than the ones they have in Finland. So those are fighting words, I know. But no, they are really that good. We add a little bit of a Canadian flair to this. You can see what we've done there, really stew, and then we also have the Cote Grill on the right hand side, which we'll be using quite a bit here in the month of June. So various products here that we've had. Everyone know at the top left hand corner, Meta-Neckel. We have Meta-Neckel designs throughout the facility. Nice, simple, elegant designs. Lumon glass enclosures. Everywhere I've been around Finland here, I see the Lumon glass enclosures. Well, we have a Lumon room actually just outside of our bistro. Lumon was a very important part of that. And I'm proud to say, Katja, I finally get a chance to meet you. We tried to connect in 2018. Beautiful to see you for the first time. The Finnish Way. If anyone hasn't had a chance to read this book, it is a must read. It was actually, I have to thank you genuinely from my heart. It was a source of inspiration for me, actually, just seeing what the story was coming from Canada to Finland and where you've grown from that. It was unbelievable. Actually, it gave me a lot of inspiration for Vetta. You know, all the various Finnish products. One of the funny stories is that Tutti Frutti, we say we sell it, but apparently my staff love it so much that I can't sell it, because the staff love it so much. And we have the Newstad group here as well. Newstad, we sell, and we actually use that in our sauna rituals. We add that to the water. It makes the steam so much more nicer appeal for the Canadians that come. So I just want a little of an idea. When we first started Vetta, the first thing you kind of think, well, oh my God, I got to build this big facility, I got to raise all the money, I got to do the design, permitting, all this stuff. But where we started with a brand essence. And for a lot of entrepreneurs out there, maybe that's not a place that typically people start. But I'm really proud to say that we did that. We spent our time and energy defining who we were, more importantly, who we weren't. So we got to design it. We tell the designers, because you know it's really easy for designers to spend your money, trust me. But when you tell them what you are and what they're going to design, they help focus on what we're going to do. And if you can play the video on the top left-hand corner here, this actually comes from our Instagram, just to give you a little idea of what we promote. The authentic Finnish sauna experience, and I think we've done a very good job of that. The mission was recharge, rejuvenate, reconnect. We hear those 3 R's all the time. It's so important. The reconnect is probably the most important, especially in Canada and the US, I would say. Our promise is to promote the Finnish culture and lifestyle, and that's what we do in Canada. So what are the opportunities in Canada? 38 million people. In the US, it's roughly 10 times that, I believe. But 38 million people. And I hope I'm not offending any of the Canadians here, but we live in a fast-paced society. Maybe not in the West and the East, Far East, but I can tell you in Ontario we do. We live in a fast-paced society, and the opportunity to connect with people, we don't prioritize that in our lives. And we're trying to change that. The importance of connecting people is so important. We spend so much time on our social media. Of course, we have social media outlet here, but we spend so much time on our cell phones and connecting. And I'll share a story here shortly. But it's really, really important in Canada. And many people are not aware of the Finnish lifestyle or the sauna culture as well. It's getting better, but we are starting, again, coming back one customer at a time. That's really how you have to do it. So I just want to share a couple stories. I could probably spend 20 minutes talking about all the stories that I've had over the thing, but I'll just share a couple stories because they're really, they really resonate with me. One was a couple, it was actually parents and they had older adult children. They're in the sauna and in the pool, and the father came up to me, he spent that time, he said, I just want to thank you for what you do here. I said, why was that? He says, well, I've got adult children, and guess what? It's very hard to connect adult children and my wife, and we just don't spend a lot of time together. The art of the Sunday supper is lost on a lot of people. we're having the opportunity to spend family time together here, and we haven't done that in such a long time. And it's a true story. This is a true, genuine story coming from a father to me, and I thought that was really moving. The other one, I was in the parking lot, and nothing's above me, nothing below me here. I think, picking up garbage in the parking lot, and I had a lady who walked up to me and said, "Oh, you're Eric." I said, "Yeah." What's up? And she gave me a hug, and I thought, okay, I'll take a hug from anyone, I guess. But she started a story that was pretty moving to me. She said, "You know what? I have 3 younger children. One's autistic, and I homeschool them. And my husband, who is actually just lost his job, he's going through job transition. He's having a really tough time. And so what Vetta is allowing me to do is I come here as often as I can, and I become a better mom and a better wife to my husband." And I thought that was really moving as well. Those are just 2 stories. I've got numerous others, I'm sure. My wife has many, many others as well. But just to give you a sense of what we're creating here. Right? It's really important. So I thought I'd end it with this. Of course, a great picture of one of the Nordic saunas we have with Sudan Viewers and Nordics. But I also wanted to, before I go, I have one important thing. And by the way, the gin, Kudo gin people here, I gotta meet the guy who actually did this video. I don't know if you've seen this video, but this is priceless. It is incredible. And that's him coming out of the sauna. And he talks about Kudo gin coming out of the sauna, and just like that just started in the sauna. But one of the things I wanted to share is, we talked about Finland, happiest country in the world, 7 years in a row now, 7 years, right? And we say, what is Finland known for? We talk about what is Canada known for, and more importantly, what is the most important export coming out of Finland? We're in the World Sauna Forum, so one would say the saunas, the sauna heaters, all the products from sauna is important. Merimeko, Mummi, Angry Birds, there's various products as well that's out there that we know, mining equipment, pulp and paper. But I just want to poll the room here. What does everyone think that is the number one export coming out of Finland? Any thoughts? Come on, don't be shy. Santa Claus, yes. I was in Oro-Medonte. I got to see the real Santa Claus. And he was there. It was beautiful. Beautiful Santa Claus. Yeah, Christmas in Finland is really special. Really special. I know that growing up in Finnish culture in Canada. I'm going to throw something out here. The number one export coming out of Finland is the culture. And I say that to Finns, and I've said that a few times in my various podcasts and things. I've talked to Finns, and they come to me, "What, really?" Half the country 7 years in a row. I think even the Ismos jokes about that. Says, "Whoa, am I the only unhappy person in Finland?" But joking aside, it is really the number one export. It's the culture. And we may not realize it, but we do realize it in Canada. We do. We see how the connectivity with people, I saw the saunas and the people, how they spend time together. And there's no sense of hierarchy there. It doesn't matter who you are. You're just 2 naked people in the sauna. Equality is number one, right? The woman's right to vote. There's things like that can be learned in Canada, in North America as well, I would think, from Finland. So I would throw it out there that the Finnish culture is the number one export. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that was also an excellent example of CECL, this unique form of Finnish fortitude in building under the most extreme conditions, and especially during the pandemic, which we don't even want to say that word and think back to that time, but when it seemed like everything was not going to happen. And you just kept going, and you had a vision and a mission, and you did it because you have Finnish CECL and culture and community. So thank you very much. That was wonderful, and there'll be a gift bag for you there.
Thank you.
And now I'd like to invite everybody to the lobby, around the corner, and up the stairs. We're going to have a networking break with refreshments and snacks. The bar is also open. I've heard that there's some people here.